Okay, Israel, Salakia. So after that 5-month period, like I was saying on the other video, after that 5-month period from the second month of Noah's 600 year, he was born in the 600 year of his life, that it lasted all the way to the 7th month. So you had the 2nd month to the 7th month, which is 5 months. All right. So that proves that the months were 30 days in a month. It were 30 days in a month, and it also proves that there are 360 days in a year, not 354 like a lot of Babylonian keepers are keeping. Okay. It says Genesis 8:2. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped. See, Israel, the fountains of the deep, that's talking about the abyss and all that. Alright. The fountains of the deep. Let's get this word deep, because I know it got to do with the abyss. I'm not going to get the Hebrew definition. I just want to see it. Yep, I knew it would be Thawam. Thawam, right? Like the priest Thawam. Shalom, priest Thawam. Y'all about Shem Yashabrakatah. But yeah, that word deep is Thawam, which deals with different abysses. It could be talking about abysses in the hollow earth, and you could see that in the definition. Or it could be talking about abysses as just the sea as in the water, right? Deep places, depth, deep, right? Deep places, depth. See, it says abyss, right? Thawam, that's deep, right? See, look at the lexicon, right? Thawam, wave, calleth unto wave. Ocean, you see it says Thawam, Thawam, ocean, sea. Just 7-Eleven. We see Gulf, abyss, even used of the deep hollows of the earth. Psalm 71:20, talking about the underworld or the hollow earth, Sheol. All right, the subterranean region. Okay, where all that's just where pretty much the waters were going back into these different hollows in the earth. Israel, where y'all think the flood water went? It didn't just evaporate and go back into heaven. It went inside the hollows of the earth, right into the abyss. Because this word is Thawam, which deals with the hollow of the earth in the abyss. That's where these waters went, Israel. Where there's waters in Sheol, in the subterranean regions. All right, and there's fire down there. But anyways, it says the fountains of the deep. So we know the fountains of the deep is the waters of the abyss, Israel. Thawam in the Hebrew. Mayan Thawam. Alright? That's the waters. The fountains of the deep. Alright? So the fountains also of the deep, right? The Mayan Thawam. And the windows of heaven were stopped. Right? The windows of heaven, they were stopped. So you had water coming, alright, through the firmament, man. What some people call the what they call it, the I don't know what the hell they call it. I don't know. They be saying some madness, man. I don't know, but the firmament, Israel, and it was raining. All right, the windows of heaven. All right, and water was coming from the abyss. The fountains also the deep. And see, that's why it's separating the rain from the windows of heaven. And the rain from heaven was restrained. So you had water coming from 3 different places, Israel. You had water coming from it raining, and you had water coming from the windows of heaven being open, right? Which would be the dome or the firmament, all right? Which some call, I think they call it the Van Allen radiation belt or something, and they say you can't get through all that, but it's the firmament, all right? That molten glass, right? Because the Most High can open that up. He can open that up for angels can open it up and come in and out of that, but man can't, all right? It says the fountain also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, man. So you had the waters of the abyss. I showed y'all the word abyss is Thawam. So let me keep going. It said they were restrained, meaning they stopped. Alright. Verse 8. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, alright? So the water started to decrease. They started to leave the earth after the Lord flooded it. All right. And after the end of the 150 days, after 150 days, Israel, the waters were abated. All right. Which that ended in the 7th month, Israel. That's when the ark rested, man, because of the water started to decrease, and the ark wound up resting on the mountain. Because remember, the waters were actually 22 feet above the earth, Israel. All right, 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail. So that means the waters that was above the mountains, 22 feet high. When you actually go into it, okay, look up the 15 cubits. That's 22 feet. All right, roughly paraphrasing. So clearly we see in the prophetic year that we see 150 days in length equals 5 30-day months. All right, the waters return from off the earth continually, and after the end of 150 days. So remember, it started to flood when Noah was 600 years old, and it was on the 2nd month on the 17th day, and it ended on the 17th day of the month on the 7th month. So the 2nd month to the 7th month, Israel, is 5 months. So that's 30 days a month, which proved there was 30 days in a month. And also the 150 days prove it, because 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 30 is 150. Okay? So let's go back to the 150. And the waters return from off the earth continually. Genesis 8 and 3. And the waters return from off the earth continually. This is when the water started to descend, and it went into the Thawam, the abysses in the earth, the hollow places in the earth. Alright? Which proved that hell is real and the underworld is real, because the waters ran from off the earth continually, man. So where the hell did the waters go? You think they just went in the sea and now that's what the sea is because the waters flooded the sea? No, it was already that water there. So the waters went into even deeper regions in the earth. And after the end of 150 days, the waters were abated. So it took 150 days for the water to start going down or descending or disappearing or descending. All right, which the word abated in the Hebrew is kasar, right? Kasar, right? To lack, to be without, to decrease. So it took 150 days for the kasar to decrease, the waters to abate it, made lower. The waters wasn't made lower, right? To decrease, to be abated, all right? To make lower. So the waters wasn't made lower to after 5 months, which was 150 days, Israel. Showing you 5 months in the Tha'arah is 30 days a month, which would will prove that there's 360 days in a prophetic year, which that's the biblical calendar, Israel. All right, there's no other examples, man. All right, so I've proven that. Now I'm going to go to the Apocrypha to show there's 30 days in a month. All right, because Israel be talking that other madness, saying there's other numbers and dates of the month, but we only see 30. We see 30th day being the highest day in the scripture. Somebody can if somebody can show me one scripture where somebody did anything on the 31st day. I mean, hey, of a month, a 31st day of a month. I mean, hey, I mean, it might be in the Dead Sea Scrolls, but I haven't seen anything in the Torah or anything like that in any of the Book of Jubilees or anything. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know what I'm saying? The only number I see is the 30th day. And either way it go, 5 months is 150 days in the Tha'arah and in the Book of Jubilees, which I'm about to get. But I'm going to show that there's 30 days in a month, and it's in the Apocrypha. This 2nd Maccabees 11 and 30. Wherefore they that will depart shall have safe conduct till the 30th day of, and I can't say that, but that's like a Greek month, all right? Well, a Greek name for the month, right? Which is it's the 30th day of that month, man. All right, then we got 2 Maccabees 15 and 36. And they ordained all with a common decree in no case to let that day pass without solemnity, but to celebrate the 30th day of the 12th month, which in the Syrian tongue is called Adar, the day before Marduk's day. So clearly, we see 30 days in a month in Apocrypha. We see 30 days in a month in the Torah. 5 months equals 150 days, and I'm going to show it in the book of Jubilees last, Lord willing. Okay, so I can get into my Jubilees, which they talk about the destruction for the flood. Okay, let's see where I want to go. And he commanded Noah to make him an ark, that he might save him from the waters of the flood. It's Jubilees 5 and 21. I'm gonna go to verse 22. And Noah made the ark in all respect as he commanded him. In the 27th Jubilee of the year, in the 5th week, in the 5th year, on the new moon of the 1st month. And he entered in the 6th year thereof, in the 2nd month, on the new moon of the 2nd month, till the 16th he entered, and we brought to him in the ark, and the Lord closed it from without on the 17th evening, the 17th of the 2nd month. And the Lord opened 7 floodgates of heaven, in the mouths of the fountain of the great deep, 7 mountain mouths in number, right? That's talking about the abysses. And the floodgates began to pour down water from the heaven 40 days and 40 nights. And the fountains of the deep also sent up waters. So waters came up from the fountains of the great deep, until the whole world was full of water. And the waters increased upon the earth. 15 cubits did the waters rise above all the high mountains. And the ark was lifted above the earth, and it moved upon the face of the waters. And the And the water prevailed on the face of the earth 5 months. See that? Israel says 5 months. 5 months.